They're both so good. Jeremiah Wells, explosive. He can grapple. This dude has a death touch in his punches, and he's a scary because he's a composed explosion right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Semelsberger, pace, violence, death touch as well, has a takedown defense, right? And he can really sit there and like defeat specialists at their best game, man. AJ Fletcher gets a win. Jake Matthews gets a win. Had to deal with the jiu-jitsu of Jake Matthews, still got the win. Impressive stuff, man. So I have to mention Matthew Semelsberger. I do believe that he opened up as a small underdog, like a plus 115 underdog. Now the odds have shifted to minus 110. But that also meant that Jeremiah Wells, upon open, was a favorite. When I'm looking at the live numbers right now, we do have it as a pick'em, right? So I think that the odds makers have come back to their senses and said, whoever really gets the first blow or whoever puts themselves in a position to really maximize their game plan, that's the one who can, get the edge out. But the question is path to victory for both fighters. For Jeremiah Wells, if you're looking at his last win, devastating knockout against Court McGee. Who knocks out Court McGee the way that Jeremiah Wells did? Nobody, right? Look at the one before that. Blood Diamond choked him out easy. You look at Warley Alves, knocked him out crazy. These paths to victory aren't always efficient. Semelsberger, on the other hand, he had his run of quick 30-second KOs. Now I think it's put it together, decision victories, longer victory. What do you think, man? What do you think path to victories?
Yeah, path to victory, man. It's hard because sometimes Semelsberger, he has such a death touch, he doesn't even know he knocked you out. He'll hit you with some stuff, and look, I forget which one it was. Was it it had to have been the Sano or the Jason Witt fight where he hit him, he cracked him, and then looked at him like, oh shit, I did that. And then freaked out like 10 seconds later because then it actually hit him. But the same thing, Jeremiah Wells, he has a death touch that can be unmatched out there. If he hits you right, you're going to sleep. So in my mind, man, the first round is the most dangerous round for both of these fighters. The longer the fight does go, I favor Semelsberger more, especially because he's a little more proven in that. Like you said, he can come out more composed. So maybe we'll see a little bit more of a chess match. But to me, I think this is going to be a barn burn in the first maybe minute and a half. And then we're going to start to see a chess match go on. So tuck the chins, get, hide up a little bit, put the guard up, because there's going to be some heavy gloves flying. I don't know, Derek, do you see a barn burner coming, or do you see a little more tactful fight here?
Yeah, I see it actually a little bit different, man. I don't think the first round is going to be crazy. I think that both of them are going to respect each other's power because they know what they're capable of. A little bit of a slower start, and then I think one person slips up, and whoever slips up, the other person is going to explode. Crazy explosions. What I've seen for Jeremiah Wells that is really interesting is where he's catching a lot of these guys on these long, extended combinations. It's not the first punch. It's not the second punch. It's not even the third punch. Oftentimes, it's the fourth punch. And you can't leave yourself open for 4-punch combinations against guys like Semelsberger. That's the one difference that I really see here. Is Jeremiah Wells would put himself in danger to get that KO. Semelsberger, on the other hand, very tactful, hands up defense. We've seen him in tough spots and weather the adversity to come back. I just think Semelsberger, if these two guys fight 10 times, personally, even though this is a pick'em, I think Semelsberger definitely wins like 6, 7, 8 times out of 10. Given 3 rounds, you don't just get starched. I do think Jeremiah Wells a couple times does just starch him, and it just is what it is, right? But that's with anybody. So let's take a look at these props, man. What do you make of the props? Because they're not really giving a lot of love to Jeremiah Wells, but in one place that they are is the most surprising place. It's the submission. I get the submission. I get he's good at grappling. But Jake Matthews, Alex Morono, AJ Fletcher, those are your last 3 opponents, grappling heavy opponents on all 3 of those guys, and Semelsberger came out unscathed in 2 of the 3. So why do you think that is?
Yeah, I'm not sure, Derek. You said it in the Jake Matthews fight. That's the one that really caught my attention when I was like, damn, all right. But Semelsberger is growing. Like, this dude is making leaps and bounds of improvement. You can tell he's putting work in the gym. As far as why they're giving Jeremiah Wells the submission, the favorite on the massive favorite on the submission if you're looking at the 2 props. I'm not sure. I mean, what, 4 wins by submission? Does that really secure it? I don't really think so. Especially, I mean, you got that one nice one against Blood Diamond. I wouldn't call it a fluke, but I do think Blood Diamond kind of set himself up not in the best route. Wasn't it a stand? Oh no, it was a rear naked choke. I'm not sure, Derek. I don't even have an answer because it seems I would think he's a little bit more well-rounded and more of a heavy hitter than anything else. Although you're right, he does have ground game right there.
The Blood Diamond one, you can't call it a fluke, but you call it a cash. That's easy cash, right? You fought a kickboxer and you choked him out. All right, are you surprised? No, right? It'd be surprising, right, if you fought like Jake Matthews and you choked him out. That's like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, bro, only 2 losses on Semelsberger's last 10 is going to be Alex the Great White Morono, and we're talking about Chaos Williams, right? If you're looking at the sole loss, it's going to be Vinicius de Jesus. That was a decision, 5-round loss for Jeremiah Wells, and that wasn't in the UFC. So I think it's going to be interesting. Little older is Jeremiah Wells, 36, right, versus 30 years old for Semelsberger. Give me youth, give me tact, give me poise, give me pace, give me a technician, give me somebody with a death touch who knows how to manipulate himself and not overexert himself. Give me round 2, round 3. Give me a decision, Matthew Semelsberger. How you see it?
I like it, Derek, man. I'm with you. Give me the youth, and with the experience that comes with all these fights in the UFC, man, I'm going Jake Matthews. I mean, Jake Matthews, excuse me. I got twisted up right there. Give me Matthew Semelsberger, Semi the Jedi, and give me a TKO round 2. I'm gonna get a little ballsy on this one, folks.
Yeah, man. This honestly is the guy. I think Jeremiah Wells is too good. I don't see him getting knocked out in this one, but anything can happen.